Okay, right. I think we should kick off. It's 2 minutes past 10, so nothing better than start on time. So let's go. And first of all, I really appreciate you guys making your time to be here with us tonight. It's always a pleasure to spend some time with you as a group. We spend some time together, one-to-ones, but it's so much better as well when you actually can get together and, get to meet everyone. Um, and because we have Pete Sorensen, and I know what time it is, where he is. I don't know if he's at home, if he's somewhere in the world, but if he's at home, I'm sure that it's a little bit later than for us to have a meeting. But anyway, I still appreciate your presence, Peter. And I will start before I hand over to Peter. I'll start with this quote that I read on a book that I read from Dr. Colin Robertson. And as soon as I read it, straight away, it's what Zinzino is. That's why the quote is there, which pretty much says, when the whole world is running towards a cliff, he who is running in the opposite direction appears to have lost his mind. And that's exactly what Zinzino has done. Whilst everyone else went in one direction and the entire food fish oil industry went towards one direction, Zinzino went exactly the other one. And we pretty much recreated nature. And that's what is making such an impact around the world. Today, the call that I was lucky to be with Carla and Arjonak, I'm just going to give you a glimpse of it. And pretty much, we are moving the needle of public health. And this is the forecast. Can you see the customer vision? For 2025, we're going to reach 1 million, 2035, 10 million people, 2050, 100 million customers. This is mind blowing. And being part of this journey is something that I feel very happy with. I feel delighted to be part of it. But at the same time, I'm so blessed to be able to have met people like Jimmy, people like Pete, and they have been a great support throughout this journey. So no one better to really share what Zinzino is, the vision, and how big we are becoming than Pete Sorenson. He's been there since day one. So Pete, welcome. Thank you so much for your presence. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. I feel like I should do a dance now since you said the floor is mine. Yeah, I don't know where to start. Basically, I guess most of you have been in Centino some time, and maybe also start recruiting some people. And tonight I will probably only talk to you who wants to build a big business. And what I mean with a big business is a business where you make double up or 3 times or 10 times what you have ever done in a month, every month, month after month after month. So that's what I say call a big business. And if you are very much into customers, then I think you joined the wrong training because of course I also make a customer all the time, but I only make customers from doing the short presentation and showing the business. So that's basically how I how I always get customers. But I don't focus on customers, but I get them from all the short presentation I have where the timing is not good for the person. And we all know this when we present the business, that can be someone just got a child, somebody where somebody just died, somebody who got a new job or just got fired or whatever. So there are so many reasons why the business doesn't fit into people's schedule and the timing is not good. And that's where we recommend them to become a customer. And that's the way I get the customers. So I think it's I don't know if you saw that there was a lot of new titles from Taiwan, and luckily all those partners are in my team. So of course I'm very happy that what a nice work they did. I actually sent a congratulations today in English to one of them, and then I got a message back in Chinese. But luckily, I have Chat GPT, so I could get the nice letter she wrote me back. But this lady, her name, if you say it very quickly, it's Achu, and if you say it slower, it's another name. But she was so excited at the director trip, and she was just so much on fire, and she was actually Black Crown, and last month in March she became a Black Ambassador. And I know several of them have a goal of being a president this year. So, and what she said at the director trip was that I mean she really just follow Express Start and have the meetings constantly directly after the recipe we have in Express Start. So if you don't read Express Start or have read Express Start, I recommend you to read it at least once a month in the beginning, and at least every 6 months when you're even experienced, because there is so many levels in Express Start that you understand more and more together when you build the business. And it is really like, I mean, I know it's a very bad comparison, but McDonald's business is made out of a system. And that's why they are the biggest burger chain in the world. It's because they have a system. So no matter if you are here where I am in Switzerland, or if you are in Portugal or UK or Denmark or wherever you are, you get exactly the same. And this is done by kids that is not really allowed to lend the mom and dad's car, but they can run a multi-billion-dollar business. And that's also what we have in our business. We have a system, and if you don't follow the system, it's actually really difficult for your team to duplicate. And this is all about duplication. If you want a big business and if you have more customers than you can do yourself, then you need to have a very simple system that everybody follows. After the director trip, I was 4 days in Malaysia. And if they didn't use the system in Malaysia, it would be impossible for me to teach them anything or coach them or do anything with them, because if they use another system, I could really not help them, because I know how the Encino system works and not a lot of other systems. And I would not even help them if they were doing another system, because I think it's stupid to invent the wheel when it's already here and it's really working well. So what I recommend when you start up a new partner, there is actually a checklist in Express Start. So it actually says exactly step by step what you should do and fix with the new partner. But and then if it's a business builder that want to be independent and financially free, I always recommend in the beginning to, of course, get the 10 customer points. But as soon as you have your 10 customer points, you only have short presentations, because you still get customers that way. But then you have the main focus on talking about business. And it's sometime, I mean, we have so many in Denmark, so many Paul Clayton wannabes, and they know everything about the product. And if they know Paul Clayton is in South Africa, they will travel to South Africa to see Paul Clayton, because they just love everything he says. But it is like when you dig so deep into the products, it's sometimes very difficult to actually have focus on the business part. So if you really want to be independent financially in the future and help thousands of customers, I recommend you just to really have your mindset on the business and not go too deep into the products, even though we have the best products in the world. But most customers is actually most happy if you explain about it very simple and what does it cost. That's all they want to know. And then if you really have some nerds that want to know a lot, then you just connect them with somebody in your team who really is nerdy about everything about the product, so you don't go into that. So after you done your checklist with your new partner, it's really important to sit down and make sure that they make the 100 list. I mean, if you got a meeting with I don't know, Bill Gates or the IKEA guy, he's not living anymore, but some big CEO, and he gave you a job and he told you, do 100 list and I will meet you tomorrow. I mean, you wouldn't show up with 67 names. I mean, of course, you would come with 100 names. And the people we work with, they of course have to come with 100 names. So if they show up the next day with 67 names, you have to go through their Facebook and their phone book and all that stuff and make sure in 5 minutes they bump up to 100. And since you are going to marry this person in the beginning of their career, it's very important that you don't waste your time. So sit down with them, spend at least half an hour, go through all the names, and ask a lot of questions. Because the people we want as partners, it's always people who already have success, who already have money, who has been the teacher of the year, who's been very good in sport, people who's a competitive as a nature. So it's really people who have done something already, because people who have money, they want money. That's why they have them. So if you want to help all your people, all your friends who doesn't have money, I mean, they don't really care. That's why they don't have any money. So you're really ending up wasting your time with people who do not deserve your time. So work with people who is ambitious and who you want into to your team. That's a very smart thing to do. And I want you to meet your partner's new first hottest 30 people. So if they quit in 2 weeks, I mean, you have 30 of the best people of that person on your list because you were out in 2 weeks meeting all those people. So it's actually a really smart thing to do, to connect with the best of your new partners list as quickly as possible, because then you just put 30 extra names to your list of the best people of that person. So instead of just letting them choose the names and help them with meetings, then you end up meeting all the people you shouldn't meet. Then rather spend half an hour and really investigate the list and find out who is the best people. Because the Danish shipping company called Maersk, when they have a shipping education, and every year they hire 100 students for that education, and they actually get 18,000 applicants for those 100 spots. And then they have a lot of filters and interviews and tests and tons of things to make sure that they end up with the 100 best out of 18,000. And then many of those students, they end up staying in that company for ages. So it's actually a really smart way to get the best people when they're young and when they're clever, and when they haven't started with something else, then they really get the best people. And if you want to have 10,000 customers in your team, or 100,000 or a million customers in your team, you need to go for the best people. It's very simple. It's the way it works. That's how we get successful, is to get better people than ourselves into our business. That's really, really smart. Regarding customer, the first 10 customer points, always take a contact with the most healthy people you know, who already eat ecologic, who already spend tons of money on healthcare products. It would be like taking candy from children. They are the easiest customers in the world. Donna, can you turn off your camera? I'm getting confused because you're moving around like a ghost all the time. Thank you very much. Much better. I'm constantly thinking something is wrong on my screen. Thank you very much. Uh, so it was not a ghost because she reacted. But really do this stuff and make sure, and for your own business plan, if you really want to have the compensation plan to work, you need to spend at least 15 hours a week. And I know for many people, 15 hours a week sounds like a lot. But if you really do the time game and look at your 168 hours you have every week, I mean, giving up 15 hours for being independent and free in the future, it's nothing. And it's really just a matter of planning your time. And we actually have tons of time. And then you spend maybe a little less on actors, royalty, and watching Netflix and other stupid things we can waste our life with, and not getting further with our life. So I will actually give you a small task today after this call. So before you go to sleep, write down 20 things you can do in your business I know you cannot do it today because soon we go to bed, but write down 20 things you can do in your business tomorrow that will get you further to your goals. 20 things. And I know it's a stretch because 20 things is a lot, but sometimes we need to brainstorm what can we do exactly to get to the next level, and what can we do to boost our business. So then it's also very important when you sign up a new person that you make sure you use your upline. Hi Donna, welcome back. So it's very important that you use your upline, because you want your new partner to use you. So if you don't use your upline and connect with your upline right away when you start up, then they will not do that with you. And you want to integrate with the team. You want to work as a teamwork, because as a team we get so much stronger. And there is this secret in our profession, and that goes like this: you can sponsor your weaknesses. And that means if you're not organized, sponsor some people in your team who is organized, who can help you. If you don't have a car to go to the meetings, sponsor people in leg A and B with who has a car, so you can drive around together and sign up people. If you don't have money for a cup of coffee on a cafe when you have the meeting, find some people who has tons of money and don't care about giving a cup of coffee. I mean, if you don't have that much time, sponsor people who have more time than you. If you're not a recruiter type that knock down the doors and talk to people, sign some people up in your team who can do that. So always sponsor your weaknesses, because the strongest teams in Sensino are people of very different characters that manage to work together. And that's also why within the first 24 hours, you want to connect to several of your uplines. So, and even better that your new person, when you book the first 30 meetings, you make sure that they actually go to those meetings with maybe three, four different people, because then they hear exactly the same, because we all do the same, we have the same presentations and everything, but they hear it from different type of people. And that's the fastest way they learn how to do this business. And then it's also important, after one or two short presentations, that you let them have the third one, because then they find out they have to listen more what you do, because suddenly it's maybe a little bit more difficult than they thought. And then the fourth one you can do again, and then they can do the fifth one, and so on. So you make sure that they are not depending on you, that you make them independent as soon as possible, but still with a lot of teamwork and a lot of coordination. That's very important. So we want independent partners, but we also want to connect and help. And I mean, for many years, every time I felt like killing a new partner, I brought in my sponsor Ern, and then I heard what he was telling that partner. And that's how I learned tons of stuff in this business, by hearing my sponsor fixing things I couldn't do without killing them. And that was probably a very smart thing to do. Instead of go to jail, then I got my freedom with Sensino, building the business instead. So there is so many small tricks and tips, and many of them is actually written into Express Start. And Express Start is also talking about several books, for instance, and philosophies like Slide Edge. It's one of the books you should read. And by reading 10 pages every day, no matter what you do and what you read about, it's 60 books in 5 years. So if you're not a recruiter type and you tell yourself, I'm not a recruiter type, and try to keep on your manifestation, you can break free, because reading 60 books in 5 years, you can be the best of the best in any field you want to. So it's really a matter about what do you need, and what is the most important thing you become a specialist in to build our business, and then dig into that and read one book every month, and listen to Go Call or Sensino Play or Sensino TV for 30 minutes every day when you are in the car anyway, or on the bike or in the bus or whatever, and you have something else you have to drive the car, you can listen, because your brain is free. And if you're not calling people, then sometime you need a rest, then you listen to Go Call and upgrade the computer. And that's the two secret ingredients is that do something every day. If you really are serious, minimum 10 meetings a week, and then listen and 30 minutes and 10 pages every day, because then you at the same time develop and grow. I just went from a meeting here in Zug in Switzerland, and a lady was talking. I was talking to a lady. She was at least 60 years old, and 1 month ago she became priest. And this was the third shift she had in her life. And I was really impressed that she was so bold in her age to take a new direction, because she thought her old profession was boring. And instead of just staying there the rest of her life, she just took a new direction and wanted to try something new. I think it's really, really cool. And that's also what you can do here. So you don't have to be stuck in your old you. I mean, you can break out and you can go a new path and you can be a new person, and it's totally okay. And we believe in you, and we 100% sure know you can do it. So it's really about breaking free and go a new direction and reinvent yourself, because you will never have huge success in Sensino if you keep on being who you were when we met you, because this is really about development all the time. Otherwise, you will not grow together with the business. So yeah, I could talk all night with no problems. I will maybe open up. Maybe Ricardo have some things you want me to talk more about. I'm sure you have, because you already called me this morning with a long list of what I should say. So I'm actually just telling everything Ricardo told me this morning. So basically, it's stupid I'm here, because he could just have told it himself. But sometimes you need somebody else to tell it, so people listen, like an old marriage.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah, well, it was not such a long list, but anyway,
I'm
I don't know
having
if
fun
you
with you.
noticed, but on purpose, I didn't share with you the title of Pete Sorenson, and I know he was on the poster, but I wanted you to hear what he had to share based on the knowledge and information rather than the title itself. But we all know that Pete Sorenson is an elite president. He has a huge team. So my question to you, Pete, how was the beginning for you? How did you start? Was that because you have a big name list, or you had a short amount of people that you knew? But what was the starting point for you? And when did you find that I can build a huge empire with this?
It was actually very depressing when I have been dreaming about for 20 years. And then when I became president, I was only president one week, and then I was elite president. And I'm fighting for global president this year, so it's very exciting. Um, but when I started, the first 4.5, I work with Herbalife, and the first 4.5 year I only work with the cold market. You mean advertising and newspaper ads and flyers and stupid stuff, and that's what I spent my first 4.5 year with. But in my Herbalife beginning, I knew after a couple of years. I mean, it was the blind leading the blind, and I was one of them. But then I started buying cassette tapes and CDs and books, and started to investigate what is this, and a lot of Randy Gage things I've been listening to for thousands of times. So I'm very happy about him. But after some years, I just saw so many people on stage doing extremely well. And even though I have dyslexia and 2 years in first class, and spent one extra year in high school and never finished any education, and I just knew that, I mean, if those people could make this business, I could just be so incredible rich. And then when I started with Cincino, as an old habit, I put a newspaper ad in the local newspaper, and I signed up one person, and then I asked him to do a name list, and he was just shitting his pants, so and quit right away. So I just thought, okay, now I have a new sponsor. It was Earn, and he has built a network of 400,000 people without spending a dime on advertising, and only working with the more warm market, the people you know. And you know, the only reason why people sign up with you is because they know you, like you, and trust you. So you have to do that work anyway, and it takes long time before people know you, like you, and trust you. So after that experience in Cincino, losing my first first partner because he should do a list. Then I just thought, okay, I'm over with this. I have to learn from my new sponsor. How do I really do the good old way network marketing where I don't spend a dime and only work on the list I already have? So I did my 100 list, and I follow this system with also Randy Gates. Randy Gates says 2 people a day brings freedom my way. So that means every day you start with your 100 list. That's totally okay. Your list nobody ever gets out of your list. Just to make sure your list can only grow. So even if they die, you keep them on the list, because when you see their name, you remember their kids or their dentist, or they remind you of somebody else. So just keep people on that list forever. And you need to follow up every 6 year when they have had a short presentation. You need to follow up at least every 6 months until they are dead. So keep on following up on good people. That's how my record is 15 years to follow up, and then I sign them up. So, and I will probably have a older record soon, but I mean, keep following up on good people, because at some point the timing is perfect and they want to sign up. So then I basically did my list, and have done the list and the warm market ever since. Of course, I meet new people, but many times they know me maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years before I even talk Sensino with them. So I'm not a Sensino robot. If I meet somebody at a baptism or whatever it is, I never mention Sensino. Maybe I call them if it's a new prospect. I can call them on Monday if I always make sure I can find them. And then I called them another day and said, I couldn't get you out of my head. Do we have time to meet? But mostly I actually spent more time building the relationship, because that's how I like to do it. But I mean, tonight I connected. This afternoon I gave some tests to my massage therapist. I've been there probably 5 times. She just lived. I can see her house. It's very convenient. And I also gave some Sensino gift to another one I met this night also at a Danish meeting here in Switzerland. So I meet, of course, people all the time, but I really prefer to have a good relationship before I attack them with Sensino. I want to be sure that they like me. And what I could see with Herbalife was every time something happened, if there was a newspaper writing bad or whatever happened, because there was not really these relationships between all of us, because we all just knew each other from ads, then everything just disappeared when something bad happened, because there were really no bond between us. So everything just went back to zero, and that you had to start all over building your team. So it was not really a very strong way of building the business. In 2008 or 9 in Denmark, we had 3 newspaper ads, I call them, but they were not writing very nice about Sensino. And we had 3 front pages in a row about Sensino pyramid and so on. But because Sensino is built on relationship with people we know, we had just record growth the next month, because everybody didn't care, and we all knew each other. So I really still recommend extremely high to work with your warm market, and always put 2 new people on your list every day, because then you have more than 700 people you need to work with, new people you can talk to. And it's important always to have an ever-growing list, so you don't feel that your business is running out. And then when you sign up people and you make sure to meet their 30 prospects with best prospects within the first 2 weeks, then you can grow your list like crazy also with your prospects and so on. So if you really do the work and marry your new partner and spend a lot of time and make sure they get the help they need to book the meeting and get the results and get we have 120 days for the 4 startup bonuses, but we can also do it in 12 days or 12 hours if you are very ambitious. But I mean, you don't really have, I know we love deadlines, but it's so stupid to spend a whole month just getting your first 4 customer points and get 60 days to get 2 new partners and so on. So put the ambition and the pace for your team and you are the example. And if you have been in Cincino for some time, do your own new fast start and set a time how quick you can do it, because that's your new story. You can tell everybody, and everybody in the team can repeat.
Thank you, Pete. So I have another question. Again, I don't want to take much more of your time, but I just want to ask you, because now with time is changing and there's more technology. What is the fine balance between live events and actually doing a lot of meetings online, or maybe having a specific online call where it's specifically just to invite potential partners, or just have one for a product presentation? Or do you think there's a much more benefit in organizing regular live events for business presentations? Or it should be a fine line between both? Should be a balance between both?
I mean, personally, I prefer 100% to meet live. Of course, right now it's not possible, but personally, my personality, I have so much better connection if I sit in front of people and talk with them. I think, and I know people working on Zoom, they definitely don't have the same results. I feel if I really wanted to work online, I should hype myself up with 50% or maybe 200%. And I mean, I just want to be Peter. I don't want to be some Sensino robot or monkey or whatever. I mean, I just want to be myself, and I that's what I teach the people I work with closely to be themselves, because that's what we want to be. You don't. I mean, it's like riding a bike. You can still be yourself, but there is some nature, gravity, and so on that you need to follow. Otherwise, you will fall off the bike. But you can still be yourself. You can be naked. You can have a red summer hat. You can do many things. Singing on the bike. You can yell. You can do many things. But you still need to find to use the physics to ride a bike. And that's the same with Sensino. I want you to be yourself, but you need the system, the express start. You need to follow that. Otherwise, you will fall and hit yourself all the time. But remember, you can still be yourself. It's totally okay. Yeah. I mean, if you're spread all over, then of course you need to use Zoom. I recommend to have something local. If you are very new, you just have home meetings, and as soon as you are more, you build it into hotel meetings, or maybe you have a cheap room you can rent somewhere. I mean, I had a meeting Sunday to Monday, and this guy was coming from Czech, driving 1100 kilometers to meet me in person. So I mean, and he's a huge networker. So if it's good people, I don't want to burn my contacts. So I would rather do some efforts. I still remember many years ago, I was up working in north of Jutland in Denmark, and the guy I was working with, he had to go to his normal work one day. So I had one day free. I have rented a summer house, and we were working from there. But there was one day I had free, and then I decided to meet a guy on the other side of Jutland. It was like a 2.5 hour drive. And this guy, he just said, "I want to meet you with you. I want to have lunch, but please, I don't want to have anything to do with Cincino." And I said, "No problem. Let's just catch up. It's a long time since I talked with you. Since I talked with you." And then even when I was driving that morning to meet him, he sent me a text. "Please, I don't want to have anything to do with Cincino, but I want to, of course, to have a lunch, and we can just talk and have fun." And then meeting him, I think within the first 3 minutes, I mentioned that we are opening Australia, and he just said, "I have the perfect person that you should meet." And that person actually led to what I have also in Taiwan today. And I mean, so it's like something just happened when you meet people live. and this guy didn't join, and that was totally okay. But I got millions times against back what I spent driving 2.5 hours each way to meet this person. So sometimes we just need to go out and meet people and do the work, and that's how we are lucky. And the statistic only work, the compensation plan only work if we have 10 meetings a week. Then we have the right posture. Then we don't really care if seven of them is busy or have other plans or somebody died or whatever. We can just go out, and our main goal when we meet people is to make sure that they know what they are missing out on, and then build a relationship. So every time we catch up every 6 months, we just build a little bit more on the relationship. The first thing I always say is, hey, we should meet again. You should have an update of Sensino. And then if they are very busy and don't have time, I know the timing is not right. So I'm actually happy that they don't want to meet me, because then I don't waste my time on that. So when I have said, hey, we should meet, you should have an update on Sensino, and then I say, how does your week look? And then they say, oh, I'm busy. And what about next week? Oh, I'm busy. Then I just know the timing is not there, and that's totally okay. Then I build relationship, hear a little bit more about them. Just tell them we were 600 people in Phuket, and Taiwan is exploding. Quarter 2, we open China, we just opened New Zealand. Encino has probably 70% growth last month, and so on and so on. So I just give them 2 minutes pitch about how many I brought to the director trip, how many in my team now have a bonus car from Encino. So every time I call them, I just become more and more attractive, and at some point they cannot say no anymore. Then they have to join. But the
Incredible.
statistic and your frustration only disappear if you have 10 meetings a week. And if you can't find 15 hours for your extreme big dream, then you don't have an extreme big dream. Out of 168 hours, if you can't find 15 hours, then you have a serious issue. And I've worked with people having jobs with 80 hours a week, even up to 100 hours a week, and they could still find 15 hours because they just knew if they don't do the change now, it will also be like this in their life in 5 years. So they needed to do something dramatic to get out of what they were into.
Thank you, Peter. Just as a final question before we let you go, how do you really see Zinzino in the next 5, 10 years? We would love to have your overview. How do you see it? How is it going? From what I could see, the growth from the last quarter is really good. Year to date is going really, really well. I think it's going ahead of schedule, but we'd love to have your view on how Zinzino is going to be in the next 5, 10 years.
To be honest, I don't think anybody here can imagine how crazy it will be.
Would you like to add something else?
It's very strange because in October I have been in the business 20 years since, but I mean it's Ørn and Hilde just became Norwegian billionaires, and I've never seen them more hungry ever. I mean it's like they are like it's totally crazy how hungry they are about building this business. And they don't stop before they have 100 million customers in 2050. So, I mean, now the shares cost 150 Swedish kroners. It will be 10,000 in the future. This will be rocking the world. We will be your Netflix to your health. I mean, right now I have so many friends in Encino, also friends outside Encino, who's very happy because they made so money joining us, one way or the other. I mean, I just it's not to brag, but I need to tell this story because when we were in Thailand, I had 7 days in a rehab place in Hua Hin. They have been rated to one of the best rehab places in the world several times. And you don't have to be a drug addict to go to a rehab, just to make that clear. But the only problem was when my family came down the last 3 days, and all my girls was extremely happy about this place. I was also there 1 week in December 2023. Um, but if we should go directly to the director trip to Phuket, we had to spend 7 hours going back to Bangkok and fly down to Phuket. So I rented a plane called a King Air. It's a two-propeller airplane, so we could just fly direct. And then they called me 1 week before and said, "We're really sorry, the King Air has to go to service, but we have a jet." And say, "Oh, that sounds really bad, but okay, let's look at that." And then we agreed that I paid half of the extra money, so I got a little discount on the jet. And I thought we could have a fun experience. And I mean, it was 10 times more cool than I could imagine in my wildest dream. So I actually have a dream board picture I can show you here. I have done dream boards so many years. You can see my dream board picture here with my race car and a very nice jet. Uh, but we were so happy about the ride that we even considered flying back with them home. It was only 55 minutes, so fly back home and then take all the 7 hours around because it was so cool. Everything I've put on my dream board, it could be the boat I have now. It was on my dream board for 10 years. It was the house, it was the cars, it was the travel, it was the family, freedom, life, and so on. Everything I've had on my dream board, and actually I'm looking at it at my dream board right here, and it says global president. And if you ask me 2 weeks ago, no, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, I didn't know how I could become global president. But if you ask me now, I will not tell you how. But I'm very sure I become global president this year. And there's also another one on my dream board. It says 75 kilo. That means that I have to lose 10 kilos. And actually, I started this Monday. I have a bet with a friend where we have to lose 1 kilo every week. And if we miss out on the weekly goal, we have to send the Prime Minister in Denmark. We really don't like her. I really don't like her. So if I lose 1 week, I have to send her some money, which will really be awful. And then the end goal is that the loser is paying for the Michelin restaurant. We will have a very nice dinner. But I mean, so many of my goals. It also says the Sensino share will be 200. Now it's up to 152, and actually it's up almost 80% this year. So Dreamboards is really working. And if you don't wake up in the morning, jump out of the bed and want to build Sensino and really can find the 15 hours, you need to bump up your dream, because nobody will be excited about having 300 euros extra. I mean, of course, it could be nice for some people. I understand that. But I mean, it's not the dream that will make you go crazy. So you need to have something from Sensino that makes sure that you will go through fire and water and everything, just to in all kind of weather, thunderstorm. You will just continue moving, because what this dream give you is so amazing that you can help your parents have a house, or your kids get a car, or whatever will excite you in life. It has to be that big that you really want to fight for it and go crazy. And that's the biggest problem. People have impotent dreams. They don't really do anything for them, and that's why they don't build the business. Because I mean, then it's easier just stay 2 extra hours on your work and make those extra money. Don't waste your time with Sensino. So find something else to do. So if you really want to use Sensino, you need to have big, 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 big dreams that will get you up and get you excited and make sure you have butterflies in your stomach.
Thank you, Peter. And just to finish, and I remember, I think right in the beginning, I've heard one of your calls, and you actually shared in how much death you were when you started in Zeno. And it's great to have you on the call to see everything is really possible. And now you are as your lead president, going towards global president. And it's just knowing that you had your dream board, you achieve all of those things that you wanted to have. But when you look back, it's the amount of people that you have that you've helped and you impacted already, not just in terms of their health, but also in terms of their wealth as well. So they could have changed their lives. So, and I think that is it's where we feed the most out of what we do, is that we have helped thousands and thousands of people. And I'm sure that you have thousands of them that you already helped in your team. And a lot of people change their lives thanks to you. So on my behalf, I don't know if there's anyone that would like to ask a question. Please feel free. If you want, please ask and mute yourself and ask the question. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Anyone? No questions. Okay, that's absolutely fine.
We know exactly what to do now.
Yes, they have a task that you said. So hopefully by tomorrow they will have 20 things that they could do to raise their business.
Take the challenge, 20 things you can do tomorrow to get you faster to your goals. And if you don't have any goals, I mean, do an escape, go to the wood one night, or go to a hotel with no phone, no anything, and just sit down and really design your own life because that's what you can do with Sorenson. You could take so many education, coaching, and NLP and whatever, and you can feed the cows with people with those kind of education and a homepage, but zero customers. Sorenson is unique because you can educate yourself all the way, but you can also jump in together with us in the bus and build an extreme nice business. Have a good night.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate. Peter, you don't have to stay. We're going to wrap up. We just have some few things to finish it off. Feel free to go, but appreciate. Thank you so much. Right. Wow. I hope it was insightful for all of you. We're just going to wrap up with a few things that we want to share with you guys. So please don't go just yet. I'm just going to share the screen and here we go. Right. Always a pleasure to listen to Pete. Absolutely amazing. And when he starts telling his stories, even more. So, John, you want to come on this side? Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me just take give me just 1 second. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let me just share the screen here. Okay. So we just want to go through just a couple of stuff and then we can all go. So we've done this. So we're just gonna welcome a few members of the team in March. So we have Natalie, we have Edith, we have Israel, we have Bernsey, we have Regina, we have Anna, we have Mike and Lang E. Chua, we have Malgorzata, we have Joseph, we have Agnieszka, we have Agatha, Karen, Alexandra, and we have Tiago. Right, so welcome to all the new faces, and they all come from different partners that are in this room. I didn't tell who they come from. It doesn't really matter. It's just new faces that joined the team and this entire journey that we are all involved. So welcome, everyone. Some of you are here, some of you are not. It doesn't matter. You will be here with us eventually. And I didn't want to leave behind. We also had someone joining yesterday, which was Annabella. So we already have one partner joining in April. Hopefully there will be many more that will go on the list so we can present them on our meeting in May. So we also want to do some recognition. So I'll leave this with Patricia. So Patricia, feel free.
Okay, so I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to put here. So achieving the Q team. So we know that is the first big step. All right. So Joe, Emilia, Sylvia, and Agnieszka, congratulations. Really well done. All right. Then we have Silver. Now we start with the ladder of the career. So we have Silver and we have these two amazing people. So we have Joe and Carolina. So congratulations. Very well done. And the people that you're helping already. And then Gold. Okay, so in gold we have Josna. Very, very warm congratulations, Josna. You're here. So well done, well done. And her and the support with the team that she had to achieve that. Amazing, amazing. And I know we shouldn't do this one here, but Josna, but okay, we're gonna do it anyway. So this amazing milestone, okay, executive. And hold on. Renata. Okay, so congratulations for all of that. Okay, so most partners that we've seen coming to the team, they came from you. They are your team, so it's amazing what we've been achieving last month. All right, so a huge congratulations, and for all the work that you had put on, Patricia working with Renata and Carlos, they achieved platinum. Amazing. Okay.
Amazing.
Close to the next step, and I'm sure that the next May then it will be there, or the next level, like you wanted to achieve. So yes. Okay, and I think now it's just March in a blink. So very, very quickly, I think it was so great what happened in March. So yes, we had rank advance. Yes, we had that, but I think it's more the team bonding. So starting with the team in Bristol, led by Patricia and Renata, then you had this. So you had events. There's just a link here. I know that you guys had way more happening in terms of the events that you've been going as a team. So it's brilliant. I didn't put much more because I couldn't access them. And again, I didn't want to tell you that, no, why are you sharing that? But yeah, that's what's happening in UK. Okay, it's really inspiring that you're just going and as a team, you're doing a lot of events. Then you have in Canada, led by Donna. All right, so her and the team doing amazing stuff there as well. So you have with Allison, with the new partner Amelia, and then with Chantal as well. So amazing what's happening there, Donna. Congratulations. Then Southeast Asia, that was really just down to Bridget. Okay, you know that she went there February, March, and all the new partners that she recruited there. And I believe that she's still in conversations and is going to do that. So Bridget, amazing. Okay, all that you've done there. And then supporting us here in the Algarve. So we had a little bit of team bonding. So we had breakfast, some fun. Then Bridget was supporting then other events from team members and us. So it was very successful, the event there. A lot of people were very impressed with the sharing from Bridget, and there was many customers and partners coming from there. So overall then, in terms of team, we had Bridget with Francis, then on a talk with Ricky. It was unbelievable. I don't know if you didn't have the opportunity to hear the live. We shared the recording. For those that just joined the team, if you want to have access to this one, please say it was amazing in terms of the mindset, what they both share. They are unbelievable. So I think it's well worth to have access to the recording. Then we had as well being on the recognized as a brand ambassador, that it was connected to our team. So Mohammed Al-Shabagi, so the top squash player. So we had that happening as well. Yeah, so it's quite cool. Then this, I don't know if you remember, last month we had put up, or not a challenge, but we did mention that we wanted to support all the work that Bridget did there with the church. And we did say that from all the earnings that we had as individuals, that we would give a percentage then to support the work that they are doing there with the refugee families. So I reiterate that again. So if whoever wants them to join us in giving a donation to the church, to let us know on a private message. Right, we already got access to the account details, so then to do the donation, we're going to be doing that. So whoever wants to join us, please contact us and let's help the team there. And if you remember, the partners that join, they just share that the intention is when they get the UPKs, when they have then the refund money then is given to the charity, and they will give as well some product to support the families. So if you want to help us sharing and supporting the charity, the church, to let us know, okay? And I believe that's now all to do with, like we said in the post, it's all about what happened amazingly in March and now what's coming. So what's this month all about? And we've seen, it was been shared that, and you received the email. And if you go to our back office, we have access then to the campaign that is happening this month. Again, it's the qualification for another crazy month in May, another ECVX campaign in May. So the other thing that we want to bring to your attention, just under that center page that you have on our back office, is the Get Starting training. Super important for who's just joined the business. Go there. Listen to all the videos there from the top leaders supporting us then in all the stages of what we should be doing to start the business. You have access to your onboarding, you have one-to-ones training, but you have as well that tool. It's super, super huge, all right? And it's very well made and it's fantastic. So go there and check it out. Even people that are already in the business, I think you should go there because it's always good to refresh what we hear. So the other thing is the Zinzino video platform, streaming platform, the Zinzino Play. It's like now going and watch Netflix, but it's Zinzino way off. So it has access, way easier access to videos. We can search them. It has several languages there, and it comes with a tutorial. So if reading the tutorial, then we know how to navigate through that. We can easily then share those videos to our prospects. And I believe that's it. Is that all?
No, it's not all.
So what did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. So remember what Pete Sorenson said, keep it simple, use the system. So step number 1, you just enrolled a new partner and straight away send them the link. Okay, send them the link so they can get access to the Get Started training. Okay, so they can watch those videos from day one. They get to meet Orin and Hilda, and they get straight away a good view of the vision of the company. Okay, it's so important that we actually do that from day one. All right, and then the amount of videos that you just follow up, they even come with numbers. Step number 1, step number 2. Okay, everything is in there. So use the tools on your defense and just to make your foundations of the business much, much stronger. Okay. And the same thing for the platform, for the videos. Okay. Start educating those partners to really watch more and more information. And now just to finish is that you get to learn and get to identify in your back office how to look for your directed trip points. Okay. Get excited about it. Get to see how far am I from those 200 points? What do I need to do to get those 200 points? You don't need to be a director to go to the director's trip, okay? There's other ways that you can reach the 200 points without being a director. So can you imagine having a five days holidays all for free in a 5-star hotel and learning and listening to those top leaders? It's not just fun. You get to listen and to hang out with those top guys. Okay, so Jimmy has been to a few. He always qualifies, and he always comes with great audios, and he's always sharing the audios from those days. So definitely go into your back office, go into your reporting, go to directed trip, and you will be able to see there's 5 different ways for you to qualify. Okay. If you have any questions, talk to your upline. We will help you to look at it. Okay. And the last one is just Oslo. Okay. We keep banging on this. Leaders are born in these events. Jimmy told me that once, and I was always very worried about going to an event because I was worried that I would lose the passion that I had for Zinzino going to an event because I had a limited belief about what events could be. And then I think Patricia just saw a massive spider, so she got a bit of a scary moment. Anyway, I think the spider went inside her shoe, so now she's freaking out and she's about to jump the balcony. Anyway, and This is quite funny. And so yeah, so events so important. So please consider, talk to your upline, get your tickets, and then when it comes to accommodation, we are booking hotel rooms for everyone as long as we know who comes, who wants to go, and all of that. So, Jimmy, anything from you regarding Oslo, please?
Yeah, I think people are first starting when they are in Oslo. This is where you start. This is where you really come backstage and see what's happening. And like I said many times, I was falling in love with my wife in 2008. But when I was in my first event, I fall in love with Sorenson and really saw what this was all about. So I can recommend you all, if you not have bought your ticket yet, call me tomorrow and I will tell you why you should buy it. And if you regret, I will give you the money back. So that's for me to you guys. So if you're not coming there, and if you said to me, okay, Jimmy, this is not worth the money when we're up there, I will give you the money back. So hopefully you will go in and buy your ticket, because now you have money back guarantee for me if you don't like what you see. But this will be so crazy like never before, because it's our 20 years anniversary. So be there with us. We will be many people, but we cannot come home until how it's about. That's the same with director trip. People think it's just a fun vacation. It's more than that. It's so crazy that you will be another person when you come home. That's what I think Ricardo and Patricia can maybe already feel it in me. I'm not the same person after I'm coming home. So there's many things happening here. So please get your ticket. Let's get it, because right now it's still cheap. So you can actually save some money. So invest in yourself, invest in this. And again, I keep my promise. So if you don't like when you're there, you just come to me and say, Jimmy, I want my money back.
Right, we'll keep that, Jimmy.
Do that.
All right. Okay. So it's 5 minutes past the time that we dedicated to this meeting. So thank you so much. It was great to see you here, and have a great week. Remember, April month to qualify. Let's get those 8 action points. One UPK of a new partner. You are straight away qualified. Your partner straight away qualified. Boom. That's 2 in 1. How amazing is that? Okay. So to you all, have a great evening, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Awesome meeting, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.